Happy Tuesday. The grind continues with a 15-game slate. Let's talk some seam. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and we're back to talk some more baseball. Yesterday, small losing day. I feel like in the last 2 weeks, it's been 6 of 7 winning days where they're all small winning days, and last 3 or 4 days have been small losing days. It's just that grind right now. We're close to even on the season, but hopefully we can pick up some steam as we get more data and all that. But we'll go over the recap in just a little bit. Just have to preach bankroll management. If you're betting one unit on every single play from the beginning of the season, in my opinion, it's risky, or 1 to 2 units, because baseball's tough, especially at the beginning of the year. That's why we've been sticking with half units. Obviously, we will be moving up as we get along. But anyways, we'll go over that in just a little bit. That's my ramble. But quick reminder, NBA Best Bets video for the 2 play-in tourney games is out now, so go check it out. We give our 3 best bets and a lean for those 2 games. But any graphics you see, you guys know it's from OUTLIER, the best betting research tool on the market today. Click that link below for the 7-day free trial. And also forgot to mention, we have 2 giveaways in that NBA video, so when you go check it out, you can go enter to win. So let's get into it. I got an MLB fun fact. Here we go. Joe DiMaggio and Hack Wilson. You guys remember Hack? What a name for a baseball player. Are tied for the most RBIs in 1 month in MLB history. They had 53. That's incredible. And actually, the top 10 or 15 was all back in the day. The most RBIs in a month in the last 30 seasons, Ryan Howard with 41, and then Troy Tulowitzki, if you guys remember him, he had 40. Just some random facts that I want to spit out at you. But in this video, we're going to recap that 2 and 3 day. And then we're going to talk the good and bad hitter matchups again for the day, and then the full pitcher report. Pitcher strikeout matchups, some of you guys have been asking, that will be coming back soon, maybe next week. We'll see. I just want to collect some more data before I'm putting those together. So, and then, of course, we'll finish it with the best bets and the recap. So hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below to help this channel continue to grow. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Come join this awesome community. Also, the Discord link is below. Almost 5,000 people in it. It's completely free. We talk sports and betting every single day. So I'm ready to get it started, and that means it's recap time. All right, there it is. The 2 and 3 day, again, all half unit plays, so we lost a little bit, but Shane Baz over 17.5 outs. This was tight, and it shouldn't have been. It was tight because, well, first of all, it shouldn't have been. He had 10, 11, 12 strikeouts, gave up 1 hit. He absolutely dominated. But I don't know how many times I watched a hitter hit a foul ball after foul ball. I mean, he had 3 or 4 batters have 8 to 12 pitch at bats. It was insane getting that pitch count out, but he got the job done, and he looks absolutely filthy, by the way. Tigers minus a half of the first 5 innings. Simple read, got the simple win. Doesn't always work out like that, but Tariq Skubal dominated. Tigers offense got it going. That was an easy win. I'm done with walk props. I've done 2. Joe Ryan over 1.5 walk, or under 1.5 walks. Had 0 through 3 starts. Had 2 through 3 innings. They're just too unpredictable, although a lot of things are in baseball, but that one, I'm going to have to take a break from walk props. Under 5 in the first 5 innings. Toronto didn't score in the first 5, and we still lost because Atlanta hit 2 or 3 bombs, and that was it. Easton Lucas was horrendous. So bad read there. And then Jung Ho Lee and Mookie Betts 1+ hit. Mookie hit a home run. Guess what? The Giants scored 10 runs. And also, 7 of the 9 Giants players got a hit. Guess which one didn't? That would be Lee. Welcome to baseball. So he's their best hitter, and he didn't get a run, even though they scored about double digits. So 2 and 3. It is what it is. Some bad reads, some bad breaks. It happens, but we're due for a hot streak. I feel good about some of these reads here in the last week. Just haven't had some luck. But overall record, you can see it. We're 41 and 41. We're pretty much just lost some juice over and over. Down 1.5 units. Not ideal. Obviously, we want to be up right now, but this is why we do bankroll management. And then when we get that hot streak, we'll get it going. So as you can see, game bets, pitcher props, I like to break it down for you guys just so you guys can see. As of right now, I mean, everything's under a unit, whether it's positive or negative. So hard to tell there, but that's the recap for Monday. And now let's talk the hitter matchups. All right, we got 10 good hitter matchups for you today. Not as many as I thought there would be, but still some decent names up here. Josh Bell, how about there on the bottom on the left? 6 for 9 with a home run versus Mitch Keller. Bryce Harper, 4 for 8 versus Justin Verlander. Obviously, Verlander's not the same pitcher. We're going to talk about him more later. Adolis Garcia, 3 for 9 with 2 home runs off the lefty Yusei Kikuchi. And then Teoscar Hernandez, 4 for 8. And Jonah Heim is 3 for 7 off Kikuchi. These are all 7 or more at-bats. So that's what we got for the good hitter matchups. Now let's take a look at the bad hitters, and only 4, including the man, Aaron Judge. How about 1 for 18 with 11 strikeouts versus Michael Waka Waka? Go figure. Why? I have no idea. That's just baseball. But Max Kepler, 1 for 23 with 10 Ks versus Verlander. Again, he's not the same pitcher, obviously. And Paul DeJong, 1 for 10 with 6 Ks off of Keller. So that's what we got for the good and bad hitter matchups. Now let's take a look at the pitcher report. All right, these are the first 8 matchups of the day. As you guys can see, all the averages are on the bottom, but the averages are 2024 averages, just because it's a bigger sample size, obviously, kind of give you a better idea. But all these numbers for these pitchers are all this season now. We just changed that. We start with Irvin versus Keller, and then we got Luis Castillo versus Nick Lodolo, who has pitched really well. He's gone 6.2 and 6 innings in 3 starts. Really big pitch to contact guy, which he used to be a swing and miss type guy, but he's only allowed 3 earned runs so far facing my Seattle Mariners. And then Merrill Kelly, Gillespie, we'll talk about that game a little later. And then Justin Verlander versus Luzardo. We're going to talk about this one later as well, but one pitcher has looked horrible and one pitcher has looked absolutely elite. And then we go down Logan Allen, Charlie Morton. Baltimore's really struggled versus lefties, but again, it's Logan Allen, so we'll see what happens. And then Charlie Morton's been giving up a lot of hits, a lot of runs, as you can see, by almost a 9 ERA. Has not been pretty for him. Walker Buehler finally had a good start. We'll see if that's a sign of things to come. But Max Fried, how about only allowing 3 earned runs in 17.1 innings so far? But he has given up 18 hits, and it was against Milwaukee, Pittsburgh, and Detroit, but still does have 21 Ks. So it's kind of a mixed bag for him, but so far so good. And then a guy I'm very high on, and Mr. Spencer Schwellenbach. He has been absolutely elite, going 6, 8, and 6 innings, only allowed 1 earned run and 10 hits with 19 Ks so far this season. It's been impressive versus the veteran Kevin Gausman. So that's what we got for the first 8 matchups. Hopefully this helps you out with your betting. Now let's take a look at page 2, and we start out with Mr. McGill and the Uber driver. McGill, been solid, but it's been against 3 struggling offenses. So remember that. Miami hasn't been struggling, but Toronto and Houston, they have both been struggling, actually. 17 Ks through 14.1 innings so far. He really has looked good. His swing and miss stuff has been there more. And then Jeffrey Springs for the A's struggled in his last 2 matchups now. 3 earned runs versus the Padres, 4 in 3 innings versus the Cubs. But again, those are 2 of the best offenses in the majors, going up against Burke and the awesome White Sox. Jack Flaherty, Quinn Priester. We know what we've seen from Flaherty. Obviously 1.62 ERA, good start so far this year, still missing some bats. And then if we go down just to kind of talk about some guys, how about Mr. Patrick Corbin? That's right. He gets to have another one. I don't know why he ever gets to take the mound, but 5 hits, 3 earned runs last start with 0 strikeouts. He didn't strike out 1 human being. That's right, versus the Cubs. Obviously a tough matchup. But then we got Imanaga down there, coming off his worst start of the season. 5 earned runs and 7 hits allowed versus Texas. Going up against Randy Vasquez, who, let's be honest, 1.72 ERA. That's not who Vasquez is. You see the 5.12 expected ERA. He has been very lucky. He's walked 12 batters through 15.2 innings and only struck out 6. So it will turn for him shortly. And then Feltner versus Knick-Knack Paddywhack down there in LA to round it out. So that's what we got for the entire pitcher report and the hitter matchups. And now it's time for the best bets. All right, this first one takes us out to Miami, Florida, where the Marlins host the Arizona Diamondbacks. D-backs on the money line, -166. Marlins are +140 with a total of 8.5 runs. This bet may sound ugly at first, but I love this one. Give me the Marlins team total over 3.5 runs at -104 on FanDuel. It's a half unit play like all these bets have been so far to start the year. Now, obviously, at first glance, it sounds ugly, but this offense has been performing better than you think. So let's dive into Outlier now and look at some more numbers with these Miami Marlins. So we're going to start out this season, 2025. I bet you didn't know they've gone over this line in 11 of 15 games. That's right, averaging 4.33 runs per game. So this has been something they've been doing the majority of the year so far. But if you look at these last 5-2 while they're up, they've scored 5-5, 4-7, and 11, just absolutely crushing the ball. Xavier Edwards, Griffin Conine, all these guys up at the top of the order, they've just had some good at-bats. It's been different guys, different days. Obviously, the bottom of the order is not fantastic, but I do like what I've seen from the top half. Now, what we can do here on Outliers, we can switch to just home games. So you go up there, you toggle over to just home games, and there you go. How about over an 8 of 10 games, averaging 5.1 runs per game? I just need 4 here. Now, Marlins, that obviously just on the right side, it shows 2024 numbers, and it can show you what they've done against Merrill Kelly and all that, but they haven't faced Merrill Kelly. So let's talk more about what they've done this year and their offense versus righties. They have the 10th best batting average, 13th best on-base percentage. They have an average walk rate. Right now, this offense is not a joke. I'm not sitting here and saying it's absolutely elite, but this team is putting up some runs, hitting with runners in scoring position. They're getting the job done. Now, Merrill Kelly is the guy they're facing. He's only made 1 road start this year. In New York, he just got demolished. 9 hits, 9 runs given up. His swing and miss stuff, a few years ago, he had some swing and miss stuff. Last year, kind of left him. And this year so far, it's been pretty bad. How about a 10% K rate? Again, around 21, 22% is average. He's a 4 to 4.5 ERA guy who's usually better at home. He's known to give up some home runs also because he's not a huge ground ball pitcher. He gave up 3 home runs in his only road game to the Yankees already. Again, a good offense, not comparing the Yankees to the Marlins. But again, we're just asking for 4 runs here. So overall, this is an offense that is getting a little bit disrespected right now because of what we all thought they were going to be at the beginning of the year. And listen, by the end of this season, this Marlins offense could be what we thought. They are who we thought they were. Dennis Green, right? All right, you guys get me. Anyways, but right now that's not the case. They are hitting the ball. I like what I'm seeing from them. And like you've already saw, they've gone over this in 11 of 15 games, getting the job done. Give me the Marlins team total over 3.5 runs as my first best bet. All right, as you guys know, we are partnered with Kalshi, and it is an awesome website. We use it every single day. It is federally regulated in all 50 states. It's like stocks. You can buy and sell contracts, but it's on things that actually interest you, world events. As you can see up there on the top, there is a ton, whether it's politics, tech, movies, video games, sports, whatever it is you want to bet on. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go to sports because, well, that's what we do, right? So we're going to go there, and you can go to Pro Men's Basketball Champion and pick it. So we're going to be buying a contract here. You go here and you can see it's 33% or 33 cents for the Thunder, 31 cents for the Celtics. They are the favorites. I'm not taking either one. Give me the Cleveland Cavaliers. We've talked about it all year. I think they got a chance, but also it's 13 cents. I mean, we're talking a team with the second best record in the NBA. So you go there, you click on 13 cents, you say, I want 7. Let's just go $7. And there you go, $50 payout for the winner. And this is something where you can buy and sell. If they're doing well and you're getting some good value and you want to sell it, you can do that as well. But either way, again, call sheet guys, use the link below in the description. It is awesome. There's nothing out there like it. So that's what we got for our call sheet bet of the day. And now it's back to the best bets. All right, this second one takes us out to Philadelphia, where the Phillies host the San Francisco Giants. Phillies on the money line minus 155, Giants on the money line plus 130 with a total of 8 runs. This one's going to be kind of similar to my Tariq Skubal Tigers in the first 5 yesterday. That was a simple read for me. Luckily, we got an easy win as well. It's going to be the Phillies minus a half run in the first 5 innings, minus 105 on DraftKings. I'm surprised I'm getting this, but we'll talk more about this. We have a huge starting pitcher advantage here. Jesus Luzardo versus Justin Verlander. It's a matchup of one guy that I'm really high on. I think what we're seeing from Jesus Luzardo is legit. I love how he's pitching. He's absolutely nasty right now. And then he's facing a guy who might be one of my favorite starting pitchers to fade. You guys have already heard it. We've cashed twice already fading him, including the last one. Reds team total over 1.5 in the first 5 innings, and they got, I think, 5 runs off Justin Verlander in that one. So anyways, let's start with Luzardo. It's looking like prime Luzardo right now. 25 Ks in 18 innings, only 13 hits given up, with an impressive 14.6% swinging strike rate. That is very good. He's faced Atlanta and the Dodgers in the last starts too, so it's not like it's just terrible offenses. But Verlander, a Hall of Famer who's in the league too long. We've talked about him. He should not be pitching right now. This season, giving up 10 earned runs and 16 hits in 13 innings. Still missing some bats, though, with 16 Ks, which is impressive, but he's also giving up a ton of hard contact, all while facing the Reds twice and the Mariners in Seattle. It's not because he's facing elite offenses or anything. This will obviously be his toughest matchup here. Verlander should be good to give up at least 2 to 3 runs here in this one. Offenses now. In this situation, these offenses are about even. If you look overall, this Giants offense has been absolutely crushing it, but most of that is against righties versus lefties. 19th WRC plus versus them. Phillies against righties, because that's who they're facing. They're 18th WRC plus. You look at a lot of the numbers so far, they look about even, but we know this Phillies offense has better hitters. They will get this going, and I think this is a great spot for them to just absolutely erupt here. And obviously the righty starter for the Giants, much worse than Jesus Luzardo right now. Giants, like I talked about, you just saw him score a ton of runs. They're scoring a lot of runs off bullpens, off right-handed pitching. But I think Luzardo is the guy who can finally slow them down after they just had another big game. So I'm not going to mess with bullpens. Sometimes Phillies let me down there. So just give me the Phillies minus a half a run in the first 5 innings. That means they have to have the lead after 5 innings. And that is my second best bet. All right, this third one takes us out to Steinbrenner Field, where the Rays host the Boston Red Sox. Rays on the money line minus 130. Red Sox money line plus 110 with a total of 9 runs. We're going with a guy we faded earlier this year in cash. Let's do it again. Walker Buehler under 16.5 outs recorded. I got this at minus 125 on DraftKings and Bet365. Another half unit play for me here. Like I said, we've already cashed his under earlier, 1-0. Let's make it 2-0. But let's talk Buehler this season. He struggled in 2 starts. If you don't know much about Buehler, he was an elite pitcher a few years ago. Massive injuries, had to come back, and last year was terrible in the regular season. Then started to pick it up in the playoffs, and now now signed with Boston. And didn't look good in the first 2 starts, and then he had a good outing last time against the Toronto Blue Jays. I'm not quite buying it yet because I don't think Toronto's very good right now offensively. So he went 4.1 in 5 innings in his first 2 starts. Not really coming close to this. That was against Texas and St. Louis before just going 6.1 innings versus the Blue Jays last outing. But he's been very hittable like he was last year. 18 hits given up in 15.2 innings. His pitch count almost hit 90, but still has stuck in the 80s. Again, this is a guy coming off a major injury. Red Sox are not trying to push him to 95 to 100 pitches or anything like that. So I'm expecting 80 to 85, maybe close to 90 as kind of his max here. But his control's been good. He has not been walking a lot of guys, but he's also not been generating many whiffs. 10, 8, and 9 whiffs in the 3 starts so far. His fastball average went from 95 miles an hour last year to 93.5 this year. Not a great start, or not a great sign at least. Hitters off that 4-seam fastball, they're hitting 357, absolutely crushing it. Matchup, Rays offense. It might be one of those surprises again, but they've been tearing the cover off the ball lately. They just lit up Tanner Houck for 10 hits and 11 earned runs on Monday. This season versus right-handed pitching, how about having the 6th overall best WRC plus, weighted runs created plus, 3rd best batting average, 6th highest on-base percent, 7th lowest K rate. This team is hitting the ball. They've scored 16, 8, 4, and 6 runs in the last 4 games. You got guys like Aranda, Misner, Lowe, Caminero, Caballero's even hitting the ball well. I mean, they're all heating up at the right time, or at the same time, it seems like. So overall, I think they're going to get some hits off. I almost thought about Walker Buehler over hits allowed. I think it was over 5.5 juiced or something like that. So I stayed away from it. I just think they're going to get his pitch count up, get a lot of hits off him. Buehler struggled to go deep into games, starting back from last year into the start of this year. So give me Walker, Ferris Buehler under 16.5 outs. That is my 3rd and final best bet on the video. I don't have any great hitter matchups yet. It's getting late, but I have the hitter matchups from earlier, but I don't have my 3 favorite hitters. I'll either have a hitter parlay or post my 3 favorite hitters in the pinned comments below, so be sure to check that out. But before we get out of here, let's check out the recap. All right, there it is. The 3 best bets so far. The Marlins team total over 3.5 runs, minus 104. Phillies minus a half a run in the first 5 innings, minus 105. And Walker Buehler under 16.5 outs recorded at minus 125. If I wouldn't have added any plays yesterday, it would have been 2-0. But I may still have some added plays here. Hopefully we can get some winners, get a sweep. We're due for a sweep. Let's just face it, we are. So thank you guys for watching. As always, if you haven't already, hit that like button. Go check out the NBA video as we have some giveaways there as well. But hope you guys all have a great Tuesday, and we'll talk to you soon.